And it wasn't just me. A lot of people were like that. It's just like, oh, man, we're going to make it as good as we can. And we're going to work our butts off to try to do it, not just for us, but honestly, for all of you guys. So.
The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they boot up their consoles and discuss this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Library, the show where we talk about Halo lore. I'm Austin.
I'm Shane. I'm Connor.
And we're here to talk about, it's kind of lore. It's mostly back-end lore, like the most back-end you could possibly get. We're not even talking about expanded universe or like books, comics, the occasional exclusively released with Halo Wars limited edition comic type beat. We're going further than that. But before we get on to that, of course, the best way to get connected to our community, best way to support us, the best way to make sure that you get the most out of the show that you're listening to right now, JumperScape.com. Find ways to support us and connect to the community there. New pages just got added for the Soma's Assembly folks, that massive group of artists who all contribute together to make things like this. The Halo community calendar, which is officially printed and ready to be handed out at Halo Championship Series in Seattle this month. There were 200 of these at my door, and by golly, were they heavy. Apparently, once you stack like 50 of these in one box, it's easily enough to at least do squats with them and get a pretty decent burn out of it. So very much looking forward to seeing this. I'm going to be unwrapping this during the Patreon segment, so stay tuned for that. But aside from that, the Soma's Assembly guides are all there. They're all ready to get a little bit of praise from you guys. Example images are there. Their socials are there. Go and take a look around. Find all the folks that are connected to us. It's a great time. But speaking about people who are connected to us, I would love to introduce today's guest, a wonderful individual that I got a chance to say hello to by one of these more who even knows how these things happen sort of circumstances. An individual who has been with Halo about half of my life and has recently moved into brand new paths that we have yet to explore and learn about. So we're having him here today to talk about it. Mr. Eric Diaz, otherwise known as Eric Dies. Welcome.
Thank you, Austin. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, brother.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a time and a half because, dude, it's crazy for us.
I'm ready.
It's crazier for you, I bet. Halo 5 is 10 years old.
Yes, it is 10 years, brother. I was there when it was all happening, but yeah, that is a massive team effort, though. You got to know that, right? Like, yeah. Massive team effort.
I wish that Discord had enough spaces in it to fit however many hundreds of people were working on that game at its peak.
Yeah, I would probably say it was somewhere between 500 and 600. Oh. And I mean, that doesn't include, that's insane. That's like when they're all employed, but people come and go and you add that tally and, well, you got to look at the credits for that number. Yeah,
seriously, those credits roll forever. I remember thinking like, I remember finishing Halo 5 and be like, I got to stick around. Maybe there's something that's like, if you hit the skip button, it'll even skip the cutscene that's hidden at the end. So I sat there for 30 minutes watching these credits roll
just so you could get the legendary cutscene.
And it wasn't necessary. I could have just skipped it. It plays anyway.
Oh, I did not know that, because I'm pretty sure I did the same thing. Yeah. Or I think I YouTubed it. I think I played the campaign on normal at first and then I just YouTubed the legendary ending.
I'm still classic. I still will go back. Like, I heard that Superman had an after credits scene, the new one that just came out. I heard that it had an after credits scene that I missed because there's two of them. Oh. So I went back and saw it a fourth time just so I could see that after credits scene. I'm still an old soul.
It took until the fourth time to see that?
Well, I didn't stick around. I was, it's very hype. Have you even seen it?
No.
No opinion.
I need it. You got me.
But we're here to kind of reminisce a little bit about this because Halo 5, to say the least, it is a controversial game within the franchise, but it is also still carrying a ton of nostalgia, especially for folks within our community. Because
it's important to the franchise.
It is massively important. Developments with Forge, developments with theater, developments with the gameplay, developments with the story, especially. Now, to get a little bit of an expansion and a bit of an idea of where your place was in all of this, Eric, could you explain a little bit about what your role was as it evolved through Halo 5's development?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say probably better to back it up a little bit before, just a smidge. But like when I first came on, it was closer to Halo 4, so we were just about to ship Halo 4, and so I basically was on a team called Gray Team when I kind of first started out, and we were shipping trailers, and that was kind of where I started doing designs and marketing. Actually, we did the Vidocs, all that stuff. That was all coming from our team, and so we did all the trailers for like Spartan Ops, if you remember Spartan Ops. We did that stuff. Yeah, and then I actually left briefly for about 3 or 4 months, and I worked elsewhere at Microsoft. And then I came back because I just enjoyed the team, and I was working with one individual there for a bit, and he wanted me back. So I went to work with Dan, and we started working on a team, kind of ramping up for Halo 5. But I didn't work on the game for Halo 5, and that's something that, we've talked about briefly. Mm-hmm. But I worked on all of the transmedia efforts. So I didn't work on the game until Infinite. So that's kind of how I closed out my time there. But for Halo 5, I was working on basically like all of our like transmedia IP stuff. So we worked on the narrative that bridged the gap between 4 and 5. Did you, maybe you guys watched Nightfall, maybe you didn't. It was a web series we did.
Oh yeah.
But that was all live action, and we worked with Ridley Scott and his team. And so a lot of the team went out to Iceland, did that shot, got it all shot, and brought it back. And so I was more on the design and like VFX side of that. So I did that for a good bit. And we kind of moved over, and we worked on a lot of design from a franchise standpoint. And so we supported them in that regard. And so I was working a lot on like Waypoint, things like that for a bit. Yeah. So that was kind of the wheelhouse for a spell. Yeah, does that give some background? But eventually kind of moved over into like UI design, and then later realization. And that's where I got to do a lot of fun stuff that was more world building within context of like Infinite. But for Halo 5 particularly, it was all kind of in that wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm. And that, I mean, there's one particular aspect of Halo 5 that I know for a fact that people pretty much unanimously loved. And that was all of the buildup that led up to Halo 5. And everything that was building up to that. I mean, and folks there, and Nightfall does have quite a few fans. I own it on Blu-ray. Like I've got the thing in my office upstairs. There are many people who will appreciate a lot of the stuff that was done to get Halo 5 to where it was. That does make me curious. Did you have any hand or any knowledge of what was going on in the background with Hunt the Truth then?
Yeah, that was also on our team. Yeah, so actually, I can tell you the guy who was cutting it. So Jesse Stipik. Yeah, he would be a good guy to kind of check in with. Yeah, Steve Downs was doing all the VO for it and stuff. But that was all written and produced by our team. And I didn't work on that myself, but all the Hunt the Truth stuff was great, and it generated a lot of buzz. Fans seem to really eat that stuff up.
Oh yeah, they still do to this day. I mean, even recently, the main character Benjamin Giroux ended up getting a Waypoint Chronicle all about his writings that he was getting before he got the assignment to learn about Master Chief's origin story. So that's like, that story is still making waves to this day. Likely it was as a move by the current community team and franchise team to kind of be like, hey, it's 10 years of Halo 5, everybody take a look. But Halo 5's development and how it progressed along. I can only imagine that trying to figure out what, especially in this time of like going from Halo 4 to Halo 5 and even into Halo Infinite, trying to figure out, Halo's visual language, figuring out how it bridges the gaps between all of the various places that Halo's lore reaches, even nowadays reaching Mountain Dew cans. I can imagine that was a remarkable challenge. Oh, wait, he's got the can. Oh, he's got the can.
Oh, wow.
He's got a Rockstar can, and that's one of the OG ones. Dude.
Halo's marketing has, like, whenever there's a new Halo announced, that's like one of my favorite. Like, that's one thing I always look forward to when there's a new Halo game, like, around the corner, especially like that last 365 days until a new game comes out, like, to the mark. All the marketing starts really, really vamping up. I remember, like, the Super Bowl right before Halo Infinite came out. I remember, like, it wasn't during halftime, or it was during the playoffs in the NFL. It was either Super Bowl or during a playoff game. And they had like a CGI pelican fly onto the field. I forget what game it was, but it was super, super cool. And man, you don't see Halo getting that type of coverage too often. So whenever there's a new Halo announced, like, it's still a cultural phenomenon to like in the industry. So like whenever you see
a lot of marketing dollars, man. A lot of marketing dollars.
It's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Like the build up to a new Halo. I love the marketing.
Just to make a pelican land in the field.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I forget what it was, but for like Halo 4, we did something. We like took over a town. They like, man, it was a long time ago. We took over a town and they like put the Didac symbol in the sky.
That was over in London, I think.
Was it in London?
I think that was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are folks in the chat that will be able to clarify that for us. But
we were like 12. When that happened, I was
a little itty baby.
Wow.
I don't. Yeah. Wow was right. We were about 12.
I'm old, 12. Guys. I am old. Thank you for reminding me.
Hey, you know what?
That wasn't my intention.
There's a good light to this, though. There's a good side to it. Is one of my goals in life that you achieved is to be able to be an essential part of someone's childhood.
And you were. And we thank you for that.
I got to be honest, that was probably one of the most thrilling parts of starting, because it was like, man, because like you guys, when I grew up, like Halo was my childhood. Like I was the guy throwing, Xboxes and CRTs in the back of my pickup truck, and I would drive and the guys would set up like a LAN party and we would just play Blood Gulch, so that was I had that. So I had that realization when we were there, like, man, this is going to be somebody's childhood. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't want to mess that up, right? But at the same time, it puts this like crazy pressure on you if you overthink it. And so I kind of dealt with that, I think, for a little bit, for sure.
And with that, in your team, how daunting was the task in general? Was it often like a conversation of figuring out, like, was it a matter of ignoring how grand the stakes were oftentimes, or was it like you had to actually have conversations every now and then to just kind of realize the gravity of the work that you're doing?
You mean like on a personal level, like how to like cope with it? Is that what you're saying, or like reconcile that reality?
For an example, I'll give you an example here. One of the things that I used to do was global brand marketing for a company that branched from Japan all the way to the US and UK. And my team was essential in making it so that company could branch out properly, because we were doing all of the transmedia stuff. So that was all part of that. And it was a weekly conversation of a reminder of how massive the opportunity was and how important it was that we don't screw this up, because these guys are taking a big risk on us and we're taking a big risk for them. So were there ever conversations like that of like trying to basically reminding, oh man, we're working for Halo? Like that realization, was that ever daunting for your team?
Oh, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think like what I was trying to say earlier is like, it kind of gets in your head a little bit, especially the newer you are to that space. But I'll say, like, the cool thing about it is there were a lot of people who were super supportive and just, they kind of had been there, done that. And they were always, the team was all super talented, and some of them had worked on a lot of stuff even before coming to work on Halo. And so, just they would give wisdom, be like, hey, listen, like the best thing that you can do is just focus on what you're contributing to and do that to the best of your ability, and just put your heart and soul into it. Because at the end of the day, you're doing it, like you have the opportunity to do something that we know, like not everybody gets a chance to do. And there's a bit of a weight to that, but there's also, it can become a bit of a burden, but at the same time, we're also just making a game, but it could be someone's childhood at the same time. So it's just like kind of, a little bit of tension between like, I'm making fun.
Yeah. Did it, I guess, did it help that, like, I mean, obviously, like, the stakes are like super high, like it's Halo, like everyone knows Halo, whether people play it or not, people know Halo and know how big of an impact it has on the gaming industry. Did it help, like, that there's always been, like, I know the pressure was still always high no matter what leading up to a release of a Halo game, but like in terms of like time frame, did it help that you had like several years between releases to help like mentally prepare, or like prepare in terms of like developing and marketing? Did it help that you had so much time in between games?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, and didn't you say you just turned 27? Is that what you said?
27 tomorrow.
Sorry to. Oh, okay, tomorrow.
Yeah,
well, so I called your age out on camera, so apologies.
That's okay.
But
that's okay.
So I was 27. I was 27 when I first started. So I came in. That was my, I was green behind the ears and all that stuff. And when I first came on, it was definitely something to get used to, but I think over time you roll into it. You kind of your skin gets a little bit thicker. But because I started, that was kind of in my infancy. I just got my master's degree, and I kind of rolled in, starting my career there at Microsoft and whatnot, working on Halo. I had room to fail, and it wasn't like I was placed in this position of like, significance, that I had 10 years to kind of work towards where I kind of closed out of my career.
Yeah.
Opportunities to learn and grow and stuff. So I would say, yes, like you ship a title, and I came in at the very end of 4 when I started, and then we immediately paused, right? Halo 5 started going into pre-pro. And even as conversations, they were starting before 4 had shipped. And I wasn't involved in those because I was working very specifically on a very specific team. And again, I was there for 7 more years before, or 6.5 more years or so before I actually came on and started to be a part of the conversation of the development of the next game. And so you get what I'm saying? So I had some time to kind of like ease into things.
Yeah. Sure. I'm curious about it off of that then. In that time frame, when the game is being developed, your teams are working separately. You have to kind of figure out what the game is going to be before the game is even done. So.
Oh, well, and on top of that, it doesn't always stay the same. Like, yeah. Goalposts move.
Yeah, because we've gotten a couple leaks that have happened where people have decided to reveal information about how Halo 5 sort of changed in its development and how Halo Infinite especially changed in its development. And I can only imagine, like, everyone in the fan base is all about, just freaking out about, oh my gosh, it's so crazy what it could have been, all these things. I could imagine that it was even crazier just one day waking up, here's a brand new email on your app or a new message on Slack. Hey, by the way, we have to change this entire activation because something changed within the development.
Yeah, man. And it's just the hard truth of game development. I'm not going to sit here and talk like I have 20 years in games. Like I've shipped multiple titles working on the studio throughout them. And I had various levels of involvement on each of the titles that I worked on. Like I did some stuff for Halo Wars 2, MCC. I contributed some UI work, and then Infinite. That was the first like real, I have a lot that I'm doing here. But even how I stepped into that role was, like as people were leaving, they're like, hey, like we have this opportunity. Do you want to take it? And they let me step into that. And over time, they allowed me to kind of grow into it, which was great. But man, yeah, it's and I feel like I'm kind of getting away from your question. Repeat that portion of your question again.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I'll rephrase it. So pretty much, as a game develops, its development changes. What it's going to be changes. The goalpost is there's so many short goals with this long-term goal, and that long-term goal gets rewritten every other week. So if there's any examples that you have of maybe there was a really cool activation you really wanted to do, a really cool thing that you wish that could have happened, that could have been really fun to work on, because there was a ton of opportunities, obviously. Are there any of those that have crossed the mind in the way that Halo's development has changed over the course of the years of its making, that you're like, oh man, we could have had, I don't know, some football team in Barcelona kick a Master Chief helmet around,
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, I could tell you about a couple things that I worked on that didn't see the light of day, but we're all like anticipatory, which is kind of fun. But we just didn't get the traction internally, but I love the pitch, but that's probably the only thing I'd feel like super comfortable talking about. There are some things though. I mean, I'm sure people speculate, there were features that we wanted to ship to that were kind of like foundational features that Halo is known for, and some of those things didn't come out at launch, and that was a bummer. And it wasn't just it was a bummer for not just the fans, but for everyone shipping. It's just sometimes the production requirements, you just have to scope, and it sucked sometimes, but that definitely happened. But to answer your question specifically, I mean, I worked on some stuff that was basically a prologue marketing activation, and it was before I moved on to work on the UI. It was like I had this idea for a sort of a transmedia activation where if you had installed the app that we were building at the time, players who had opted into push notifications would have like spontaneously one day received a "Chief, are you there?" It just would have been a push notification, and that would have been it. And then you would have tapped on it, and it would have taken you to this like immersive experience where we were tying into the opening sequence of Infinite, where Chief is floating in space, and you have the pilot wiping the glass, and you would see him. But basically, those moments directly before that, where maybe Cortana was having a conversation with Chief, and there was some way that she was directing him, and it would just give users information. I had like a mini game that we were building and stuff. We didn't get to do any of that, but it was fun. It was fun to think about, and we pitched it. We had Marcom people in the room, and there was just a lot of money being spent for other things. And that stuff happens all the time. But you got a lot of people that are in the trenches, not just working on the stuff that they actually have to work on, but these sort of like passion projects like that. And, I'll be honest, only the best ideas come forward. And even when they're really great ideas, sometimes only the essential ones go forward, So
yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. To briefly answer a question that we just got in chat, what is an activation? Sorry, probably should have explained that one for those who are
just a marketing, like a marketing beat of some sort. Yeah. So we would, and that can take place in a lot of different ways. But just marketing.
It could be something as small as a new post on socials. It could be something as big as a giant drone show in London.
Exactly.
So I want to kind of naturally bridge this then, because there's a lot of conversation about Halo Infinite, and I do want to know more about what your involvement was, like how it grew, what exactly happened that shifted, where you went from what to what, and what were your new responsibilities?
So when I started out, I was marketing. That's what I did. I did marketing and design work, and I did like motion design, animation, 3D stuff like that. We did a bunch of events and branding type stuff for the studio, branding type stuff for for the different games as they came out. And so that was our team when we started. And after about 6 years of the studio doing that in various capacities on a bunch of different products, I was doing a bunch of 3D work, and I think it just opened an opportunity for myself and actually my manager at that time, because there was a departure. One of our UI designers, and this happened I think a few times, because I think they had three different before me, they had three different UI art leads on Infinite. And so people came and they went, they came, they went, they came, they went. And after the third one left, they offered me the opportunity, and it was a little challenging because I knew the level of work and the requirements, but just kind of dived in. And I think that was really what gave me the opportunity to work on the game. And I didn't come in as the lead. I came in as a senior UI artist. And so if you actually look at the credits, you'll see me listed twice because I held two different titles. I came as a senior UI artist, and then I was the realization lead on my original team. And then after the game shipped, I was promoted to UI plus realization lead, where I did both because I led a team of a bunch of multidisciplinary artists who were everything from like effects artists, world builders, lighting artists, and they all came in and we worked to build out sort of seasonal worlds, just world building within the context of like the menu systems. And so I was doing UI, and I was also helping lead the UI over there. But I didn't lead the UI until after the game shipped, if that makes sense. And I did that as like sustained for about 2 years before I departed.
Gosh. Okay. First of all, that's a ton. Congratulations on being so freaking efficient. Second of all, I gotta know then that a lot of folks have speculated, and I think it's important to hear from the perspective of someone who was there, what it's like having such a ship of Theseus thing going on with the team. You've mentioned 3 different leads came before you, just kind of popping in and leaving. That had to have shaken up the team numerous times, right? Or was this something that's like so normal in the modern industry that people don't quite understand that this is just actually just the way that it is?
It can be, and I'm unfortunately, and maybe fortunately, I can't speak to all the specifics of why those individuals left.
Oh yeah.
And I just mean like I actually don't know the reasons for their departure, but it was a bummer when McKay left. I just think he's so talented, and he was kind of one of the guys who helped the initial just helping kind of set like the broad sweeping kind of style of a lot of the art. And then he was just dealing with some personal issues, I think, and he decided he left, and he actually went to Bungie, and I don't think he's there anymore as far as what I've been told. He moved on to another place, but whenever he departed, I inherited a lot of what he had left behind. And it wasn't just me, it was me and the team. We all collectively inherited this. And so in that time frame, I had just started building out, like in the product design world. I don't know if you guys know anything about this, but like there's something called design systems. And so basically helped build out a massive style guide and design system that the team could then take and then continue to build upon. And it was like 2 weeks of just siloed work. And it was right around the time COVID was hitting, which was crazy, man. It was like the craziest time to suddenly like, take on this role. And then, by the way, a global pandemic is going to hit and you're going to have to move your entire operations from on-site production to off-site and try to figure out how to make that work. And, it would be really reckless, I think, to not actually talk about that too, because that really did affect things.
Yeah, I was going to ask
and a lot of studios were
impacted things.
Oh, it did. Absolutely. We had to figure out how to be virtual and remote effectively overnight, So we went from a team that met. We had our section within the building down in, it was in downtown Redmond is where we were located. And then we had to figure out, well, how are we going to do this, there's not really a ton of software out there that exists for this. And like, how do you make sure that we're going to have a good download speeds and upload speeds? And we figured it out. We used a lot of a tool called Figma, if you're familiar with that.
Yep.
Figma's wonderful. And now they're like up there with Adobe. They're actually public now, which is crazy. But a lot of that I would actually say is attributed to the fact that the global pandemic happened because so many, not just studios like 343 at the time, but any sort of design based endeavor, once this happened, they had to figure out a way, like, how do we carry the work forward? And that was the solution. They were there.
Man. So you had to deal with just a few small things when you were making that transition then.
just a few,
some minor setbacks.
Setback after setback. So, but you still got it done. You still got that challenge succeeded. I think that you, in terms of UI, if we're talking specifically about that, it's honestly miraculous how the product turned out so smooth, regardless of those challenges.
Have you ever seen the movie Gattaca?
No, but it sounds awesome. Whatever you just said.
Oh man, I'm dating myself. Well, it's a great sci-fi. Yeah, Ethan Hawke is in it, as well as Jude Law. They're sort of anyway, there's this sort of like they're both characters are brothers, and one of them's sort of it's like a near future thing, and one of them's sort of genetically modified, the other isn't. And the Ethan Hawke character was a natural born, and there's a scene where the two brothers, in remembrance of their youth, they used to go out and they just do this swim across this lake, and they would just swim as far as they can, and the one who could swim the farthest, and then was the winner, right? Well, later on in the film, the two characters, they swim out, and somehow, even though the genetically modified brother had always won up until that point, somehow Ethan Hawke's character wins. And he asks him, he's like, well, how are you able to do this? And he says, I wasn't planning the return swim. And that's how it felt.
Huh.
Yeah. Wow. I just was like, we're going to do it. And like, there's no contingency. I care too much, about the brand. It's part of my childhood. And it wasn't just me. A lot of people were like that. It's just like, man, we're going to make it as good as we can. And we're going to work our butts off to try to do it, not just for us, but honestly, for all of you guys. So yeah.
Well, it was very much worth that effort. And I'm sure that means then, we can add another layer onto the disproving concept that those working on Halo hate Halo.
No. I'm sure there's somebody, that doesn't, but no, like you don't get people who stick it through like that, who hate what they're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a level of appreciation we're trying to maintain here. Everyone here in this server that you're in is very much on the level, but we're trying to spread that a little bit further out there because, man. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just say, yeah. I mean, I can tell you one of the coolest things I think was, I'm just thinking of like fond memories. Mm-hmm. When you put something out there, and then we would sit back and just watch what everybody thought, and sometimes it wasn't great. Sometimes though, it was really great and people loved it, but man, there's just so much nuance to making this stuff. And, it's not easy. It takes a lot of people, and it takes a lot of talented people. And even then we don't always get it right.
Yeah. When it comes to taking in something like feedback, because obviously social media, despite it being oftentimes rather a cesspool, obviously there's still valuable feedback to be found in there. There's still valuable voices to be heard. But I also don't personally see very many developers who, if they even have a social media, because I've heard that a lot of them don't, they'll stay back and they'll stay hidden. And I want to know, I kind of just want to ask really how that was balanced with Halo, because Halo's community, despite it being wonderful and fantastic and filled with opportunity and wonderful creative collaboration, it also has some of the most creative insults I've ever seen online, honestly.
I read so many comments, guys. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Wasn't always easy.
And do you think there's a separation there though, with being able to be like, oh, they simply don't know what it's like back here?
I extend a grace, because what I think is like, you guys just really care. I get it.
Good one.
You guys just really care. And it's just, just really different when you're actually making the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of there's just so much nuance. And I think when, you kind of talk about online speculation and stuff, like it can be really easy for, from the outside looking in to kind of be like, yeah, I bet it was that. But it's not just that. It's like 20 other things. And you're like, okay, you actually have to reconcile like internal decision processes being made, like feedback loops. Sometimes it's just one person has really pushed for this one thing to happen, and but they're in the position where they can push that one thing, but I'm not in that position to challenge them, and sometimes it gets, and like studios will go and like ebb and flow in terms of like healthiness and unhealthiness and things like that. And yeah, it's all so dynamic because we're all people.
Yep. That's an important thing to keep in mind. We're all people. That's a very important
thing. We're all people.
Halo Infinite, that was one of the main themes. That was an important one. So definitely want to take that one away.
Yeah.
But hey, now that sorry, you were going to say something?
Oh, I was going to say, but I feel like you wanted me to talk a little bit about H5. So if you guys want to pivot to that, I mean, I can talk about some of it, not necessarily from the game standpoint, but I mean, I brand managed the esports for a while, and there is that too, if you want to explore that, but it's all how you want to flow.
Well, that's the fun part, is that like, there's only so many minutes in the show. So I do want that. I think just briefly, give me like, if you could summarize what in the world it was like trying to keep Halo esports like uplifted, because we don't really know. I mean, Halo Championship Series right now is obviously massive. They sold out tickets 3 times in a row for Seattle this month, but
I still can't believe that.
Yeah, right. but Halo 5 esports, completely different landscape, completely different setup.
Totally.
How was that? If you can summarize it briefly, if it's even possible, what was it like trying to keep that as relevant as possible in the grand scale of so many different relevant esports?
I mean, we were all spinning plates, man. That's as condensed as I can get it. But I mean, in all seriousness, I think that was like a passion project of mine. Actually, when I first started, I had done this like 3D show open, which I think actually is what kind of later opened doors for me at the studio. But right before I mean, basically all throughout Halo 5, I had an awesome team. Like Eddie was working with me, and I had Charles. And we were all just working on all these different aspects where we were building style guides. And I think around the time that I came on board, specifically as their like kind of internal functional CD for the brand, for our esports brands, I was like, hey, we need to think, about our esports stuff, not just as like, this is Halo esports, but this is a brand, a subsidiary of sorts within the umbrella of all that is Halo. And they were already kind of on the track of doing that, because they had already had the original logo, the HCS logo. I didn't lead that one, but I did inherit it, and we kind of expounded upon it over time. But like the HWC, so the Halo World Championship one, that was one that I had worked on. And it's a lot of design revs and whatnot, but it was good. And it was challenging, but I don't think it was the same level of challenges as later in my career, but it was super foundational, gave me a lot of opportunities to grow. And I think that was actually what helped me grow into design leadership. And so I'll always be so appreciative of that time.
Fantastic, man. Fantastic. That was a wonderful way to put it. You could not have gotten any better than that. That was wonderful. So I guess this being said, we've talked about your past, but dude, I gotta be real. I've been building all this up because I am most interested in your future, your present. What in the world are you doing now? You stepped away from Halo, and people, you can't just do that.
I did that. Yeah. Some people have called me crazy. I mean, I was there for 10 years. Actually, I was there for 11 years. And I had a lot of opportunity, a lot of growth. But man, I think the thing about it was I got to see how all this stuff is done. All of it, like everything from franchise, like high level view, like micro to macro type of thing. And that just made me want to do something like that myself. And I'm not naive enough to think that, one, that, it's a long shot to try anything like this, but I didn't want to live with regret. That's kind of the professional side of things. There was also some personal stuff where my daughter had just been born, and I wanted to not work like I had for 11 years and be a father. And so that was a pretty big, it was a big sacrifice, I would say, because I walked away from basically everything I'd been building to kind of go out on my own. But I'd have done it again because I've just been able to be a dad. And I'll be honest, that's like the most fulfilling thing in my life right now. And I don't know, man, there's something that happens once you become a father that just changes you. I don't know how else to describe it. My heart just aches so beautifully. But I'm transitioning to screenwriting. So I've been working on, I wrote this, I will say, dystopian, but also unexpectedly hopeful sci-fi thriller pilot. I have this 20-page show Bible and 59-page pilot, and now I'm converting it into a graphic novel. I have an artist that I'm working with in Poland, and I'm trying to get into IP development. I absolutely love it. I understand like the transmedia side of things and just how to manage the brand. And so I've actually built out stuff. It exists. I'm kind of here tonight, kind of telling, everyone here about it for the first time, but do you mind if I plug the URL? I don't want to do it.
Do what you won't.
Cool. So if anyone listening is interested in a really cool sci-fi graphic novel, we are currently building it. It's not out yet, so we're very early, and I'd love to try to shop it around. So I have these like plans to do it, but I'm kind of doing early pre-orders, and that's not even pre-orders. It's more like you just sign up with your email and we'll let you know. But if you give us your email, there's a Discord and stuff too. Like if you guys sign up and you check it out, we're basically letting you be the first to know about basically all the things. So you'll get like early art drops, you'll get early discounts, and you'll get exclusive access. Like we might do a Kickstarter at some point, so you'll get the first to know on that. Maybe added benefits for early first to know people. But go to www.wemustendtheloop.com. The graphic novel itself is called End Loop. Think about it as like, I don't know, a mashup between True Detective, Mr. Robot, and like a ever so slight dash of like Blade Runner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Blade Runner's.
Yeah. So if that's interesting, go check it out. I'd really appreciate it. Help a ton.
Yes, we will make sure for anyone listening, there's a link. You'll find it. So if you haven't looked yet, because I know like 90% of you don't look at the description. I know it. Just go and look now. I'm calling you out directly. And so we'll see where this goes, because I would love to see a whole new IP develop. And plus, wouldn't it be fun to be able to, I don't know if you can actually like throw on like from the developers of Halo.
Oh, wow. Somebody already found it. Yeah, he posted in chat. Thank you. Appreciate it, Keith.
That's Keith for you. Keith is wild.
Right. Keith was like, got it. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Keith.
But yeah, it'll be super fun to see how you develop on all of that. I think a lot of our listeners also understand on your reprioritization. Completely makes sense. It's the creator conflict, the whole situation where life gives you a whole new thing, usually children, and now you have to figure out how to maintain that constant.
How do I do that?
Yeah, the creative itch never goes away. So
nope. So, it's like this OCD compulsive thing and it's awesome because whenever you finally get to lean into it, like you come alive. But when you're not working on it, it's like, this angst. Gotta do it anyway. But yeah.
Well, hey, before we wrap up for today's show, is there anything else at all that you would like to make as like a final statement to the folks that are listening? Anything that they can look forward to aside from End Loop? Anything else at all that you would love to just leave on this note?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, I also don't, you'd never know how these things are going to go. So yeah, if there's like opportunities in games in more of like the narrative space, that's kind of what I've been branching into. So yeah, if somebody wants to, reach out for that stuff, always would be down for that. But otherwise, I'm just super grateful that you guys hit me up. It came at such a great time and Austin, you all seem like really great people. yeah, thanks for having me on and giving me the time to chat about, some of my past and what I'm working on now.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Thank you so much for giving us your time. You are even more amazing. So, your work has been, it's one of those, this is one of the most important things to me personally, is being able to talk to the folks that, in my opinion, like everyone's like, oh, the programmers, oh, the artists. And it's like, but what about like everything that makes it so everyone knows what's even going on? So, your work was important.
Oh, one other thing, if I may, just as for all those who care about video games, because I care about video games, I gave over 10 years of my life to them. And that doesn't count the ones where I'm just wasting them playing. I say wasting. I love wasting them playing. But this is a crazy time for game developers all over the world right now. I don't know if you notice that, but there's a crazy contraction. If you all have any local game designers that show them some love and some support, because they could use it.
Yes, very much so. Very uncertain things at the moment. So, yeah. Oh, hey, real quick, can we get your opinion on the EA acquisition?
Oh, well, okay.
It's a loaded one. How much time do I got, Austin? Do you want me to? You got 5 minutes or 10 minutes? What do you got?
We got you got maybe like 2 or 3.
2 or 3. Oh, let's see. Can I do this? How do you land that plane? I am not surprised. I'm not surprised, but I kind of am at the same time. I'm super curious. They're taking it private, right?
Yeah.
That's the big thing. So EA won't be public. It could be good. It could be bad. It really just depends on how much creative freedom, I don't want to cast any shade towards anything, but there's like sometimes you speculate when you see private equity coming into like creative endeavors. I think that's the biggest thing. I really hope, for the sake of their business, though, like truly, like for the sake of their business, that the private equity folks that are kind of coming in, they really have great conversations. If they could do that, I think some really cool things can come from it. But they have to really have those conversations and find out, and always remember that the player should come first. If they do that, it'll be good. I think that's probably the best way to do it in 2 to 3.
That you would definitely have shown your experience, my friend. That is exactly the best way to put that.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much for joining us, man. It's been such a fantastic time with so many funny little tidbits here and there with fascinating little details. This is definitely going to be one that I myself listen back to once we're all done with it. But hey, if anyone wants to go and find out more about this guy, check out Endloop. We're going to make sure that the links are there. If you want to find out anything more about our show, you can go to JumperScape.com and find all the different guests that we've had on this show and the ones that are coming up in the near future, along with a very special thing happening here in just a little bit. Stick around, because it's going to be really massive and you really don't want to miss out on it. So thank you again, Eric, one last time before you, I guess, die again. I don't know. How many jokes are made about your last name?
Oh man, I've heard them all, writing my name and date on the paper. Come on, worried.
That's awesome.
Since I was in my youth. So, yeah.
There you go.
It was great chatting with you guys.
It's fantastic. Thank you guys so much for listening. Stick around for the Patreon segment, and otherwise we'll see you next week once again, back with the Battles of Halo.
Here's another fun factoid. Humans have a propensity for having stuff that's bad for us be used in just like everyday items. Like I think lead and white paint is a really like common example, or like cosmetics in general. Some other fun probably not fun because, people were getting irradiated. But some other interesting examples would be uranium glass bowls, and how they were like this really trendy thing because the uranium in the glass made it green. And so they were like super pretty and like would glow. Then also, I think people probably know more about it now because I think there was like a book on it, but the Radium girls who would paint the pieces of watches. They would lick the paintbrush to kind of give it that like really sharp point so that they could paint super well, and ended up becoming glowing quite literally because they were exposed to radiation, which was really unfortunate because a lot of them died prematurely and had a lot of health issues because of it. But again, why do we keep accidentally having toxic stuff in daily life? Oops, we don't know better.
Patreon. So friends, it's foaming. These are the last three. We like to have fun beers that we currently have in this building.
I'm honored. Thank you.
We're doing stuff with Halo, like on an official level.
God, this is still so good.
It's very tasty.
It's great.
Not just anything though. We're talking at Halo World Championships, Halo WC in Seattle on October 23rd or October 24th to the 26th. We will be there the whole weekend. We have not lied about that. We were going to be there, and we are handing out things. But we're not just going to be there. We will be operating in collaboration with 405th alongside Halo with their graceful permission, who have worked alongside us. It is not an official thing. We're not owned by them by any means. But with them in collaboration, we have been given the go-ahead for a Halo community corner packed with every single piece of all of the creators you could ever think of, ever. All of them. And probably not all of them. It's a lot of them. It's a lot of different corners from the Halo community. In fact, Keith, if we could get a reply on our post that we just made, tagging every single creator that's in that picture. That's the one that explains everyone that's going to be there. Would highly love you for it.
Hey, Austin, would you like to list some of the big names that will be there?
Sure. So there's going to be two different places to find. You can find them at the Creator Hub, which is a nice place where people are going to be kind of coming and going without a set schedule. So they'll just kind of be popping in. You can always just go over there and see who's there. Folks at that table will be people like General Heed, Halo Collector, freaking the Raptor team, freaking Kid Skull, Alston Rebrink, lots of people, JS Lund, Foam Forge. There's a lot of folks. And then if you go to the Community Spotlight, which I don't know how we got that name approved. Community Spotlight table will be having folks like November Black, Running Riot Cards, Women of Halo, freaking Arthur Bloodshot with Halo Box Studios, Covenant Cannon with Installation 00, and the podcast folks, Pro Talk and Podtacular, all are going to be there to say hello to you and entertain you, give you things, say hello, sign stuff, say hello to the people that are making this community as fantastic and phenomenal as it is. So that being said, this is a massive opportunity. This is a huge opportunity for the Halo community that we've been working extremely hard over the last 2-3 months.
The amount of meetings.
Has been in.
I got to be a part of one of them.
You did. You did. Yes. Every time recently, if you recognize, every time recently that I've been like, sorry guys, can't stay for the Patreon segment, I gotta go. that was a meeting about
that was whenever me and Connor were hosting it up on Patreon.
Yep.
Yeah, we're holding it down for you.
Yeah, it's been insane. Will we have McChickens? So far, I'm of the belief that yes, we will have McChickens again.
You guys are doing that again?
Well, I don't know if Kyle's going to be supplying them again. That's a real big if on that one. Because if we show up and we were like, hey, I've got a big enough personal paycheck, I could just get that out there. Then yeah, McChickens again. But yeah, massive, huge move happening here. Stay tuned on our socials. Stay tuned on Chatternet Daily Halo Radio, because there's going to be updates about the Community Corner every single day leading up to the event. We're talking about what kind of stuff can you get? What kind of stuff are you going to be able to earn? Maybe even what kind of stuff is being given away? What kind of stuff is going to be happening at the booth? How will you get an opportunity to be in front of a camera? Maybe because we're going to have cameras roaming around and saying hello to folks and getting a lot of footage. So if there's something that you're wanting out of HCS and it's community related, oh, please stop by our booth. It's massive, huge. 405th and their contributions have been utterly essential. One of the best things that they've got going on, man, the photography area. Oh,
it's pretty cool.
Just wait until we release those details, because as I said, we're going to be posting daily. So new updates about this booth and its confirmations are going to be coming out as we go along. So please follow our socials. Make sure you stay up to date on that stuff, because it's going to be massive. It's going to be a huge deal. So that being said, that's pretty much what have been holding on to. And it only feels a slight bit underwhelming that it's out now. Like I was expecting like fireworks, explosions.
Well, not down here.
Well, kind of, yeah.
I'm surprised for you. Go look outside. Your car's just on fire. You're welcome.
I was expecting like there's a bang snap on my front step.
just a pack of poppers. I just throw them on the ground.
Nah, the bang is your gas tank going off.
I have a really, really horrible story that I want to share with you guys, because this is
share it. Let's let this reveal rest.
This is so like such a left turn, but talking about your car exploding. It's funny because Austin's Altima used to be my Altima, and I was driving it in 2020. I got it in 2020 and drove until like 2024. I think is when I sold it to you last year. But basically, we had a bad winter in Ohio, and there was freezing rain, and my gas cap was frozen, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't want to mess up my key. I have like, I don't need to like use a physical key to unlock my car. So I'm like, I don't want to do this, whatever. But I was taking my key and just using it as an ice pick to chip away. But the ice was like 2 inches thick. Like it was bad. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I was going to go, there was a police officer that I was going to go up to him like, hey, could you help me? And as I was walking over to his car, he drove off. I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
They do that.
But I just don't think he saw me. I'm like, well, what do I do now? And it's like -5 degrees and I'm supposed to be like going up like 45 minutes north. So I'm like, I am running out of time here. So here's what I do. I go into the gas station and there's this dude that may or may not have been under the influence. I'm going to go with yes. And he's sitting at the counter. I'm like, dude, can you help me with something? He's like, yeah, man, what's up? I'm like, I'm like, my gas cap is like frozen in my car. Can you give me a hand? I don't know what to do. I'm like, can you grab like a knife? It was at a sheet. So I'm like, can you maybe grab like a knife from the kitchen and maybe help me just chip away at it? He's like, oh yeah, bro, I got a better idea. I'm like, oh, okay, let's see. This man's about to cook. I you not. You know the story, don't you?
I don't remember, but I see where this is going.
You had it. He took a lighter to my gas cap. I'm like, I like push him. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, he's like, I'm thawing out your gas cap. I'm like, you were gonna fucking blow us up. And he's like, oh my God. He's like, what am I doing? I'm like, what the are you doing? I'm like, go get me a knife. I got it. Don't worry about it. So I spent the next 20 minutes just sitting there chipping away with a butter knife from Sheetz at my gas cap. I'm like, how did I get to this point in my life?
I'm surprised.
And this dude almost slimed us both. I'm not kidding. Like he took this lighter, like it started thawing pretty quick, but like God knows how much longer. It would probably not that much longer for it to completely just spark up. And it was the dumbest thing ever. I wanted to call and like bitch at somebody about him, but I'm like, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna let it go. But I'm like, if this dude would have set me on fire, my paycheck would have been thick. If I survived.
I would have just gotten some like hot water or coffee. And
you see, that's kind of where my mind was at. I asked him to grab like a knife and he's like, oh, I got a better idea. I thought maybe he was going to take like, there was a coffee pot over there. I thought like maybe he's just going to dump hot coffee on it. Maybe that. I'm like, I don't care if my gas cap smells like, black coffee for a month. I don't care. I'm like, that's cold. Just get me out of here. But I'm not kidding. He took a lighter to my gas cap and it might've been the dumbest thing. And I hope he's listening because I want him to learn his lesson. I'm terrified. He's going to do it to somebody else this winter.
Now, with that excellent story out of the way, as we're kind of getting onto our Patreon segment here, yes, anything that you guys need for updates or anything like that, please just feel free to reach out to us anytime. Our DMs are open on all of our platforms. You can hang out with us here in the Discord. The VCs are almost always populated by folks. So any updates at all that you guys want that we are able to talk about, please just ask. A whole layout will be revealed soon, so you'll know exactly where you're going when you get into the event. Whole layout for the community booth anyway. I don't know if there's going to be a layout for the actual venue released, but for the booth, yes, that will likely be coming soon. So that being said, thank you guys so much for all the support over the last 2 years of our existence. It has all led to this, and there's even more surprises on the horizon. So let's see if we can keep that going.
2 years and we get our own corner.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's
I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, I'm excited for for the future, because this year, like I said, I will not be able to be present. Unfortunately, I gotten hit with a wedding at like the worst time, and it is a very close friend. I can't cancel my friend's wedding. There's going to be another HCS.
Just have him reschedule.
Yeah, I'll go ask him. Like,
random weekend in October is a crazy poll.
Well, I mean, it's becoming more and more popular. I already have. This is what concerns me, is I have one wedding for early October next year already. Early October.
Why October? What's so special about October?
It's better weather. No one wants to have an outdoor wedding when it's 98 degrees.
So it's not too hot, not too cold.
Bet.
I mean, you did.
Yeah, I did, because I'm a man.
Didn't enjoy sitting there sweating my balls off.
Oh, you guys were wearing light gray outfits. I was wearing dark black suit and tie.
Yeah, man. That's what you're supposed to wear on your wedding.
Yeah, and I suffered through it because I got this. I'm a guy. Anyway, I saw a General Kid in here. Just so you know, buddy, I already mentioned you as someone that people can come up and say hello to. You can feel free to talk about whatever you're bringing. No problem whatsoever at all. But Mr. Heed here will be bringing us some dig site content to the booth, so you're going to be there for that.
I guess since it's kind of out in the open now, I guess is this like, I'm sure if it's not like a set in stone thing, I'm sure the odds are like exponentially in our favor now that like we'll have something to do with this going forward.
I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
No clue. This is. I'm sure this is like a. We'll see how you do.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
But hey, quiz time. Get those hands up. 1,000 Halo Infinite credits are on the line. If you do not, oh man, I guess there are some people that want it. These questions are in relation to Halo 5, so I hope you have your freaking, playthroughs finished.
Connor doesn't. That Connor lifeline is going to hit like crack.
I just want to get one right.
So 1,000 Halo Infinite credits, man. 1,000 of them. I'm not doing 500 this time because this is a way too big occasion. I can't do that. So get those hands up.
Halo the 5th one.
All right.
Halo the 5th one.
Connor,
Guardians.
I'm giving them 5 more seconds to get their hands up. If they want to win 1,000 Halo Infinite credits and be on that final quiz tournament that happens when we get to 10 winners, they got to get their hands up. Got 4 seconds left. I got 3 seconds. We have 2 seconds left on the 1 second left. Connor, pick one.
Oh, I got to pick one now?
Yes.
That's the point of the countdown.
What?
Brother.
Sometimes I just like to think. I like to dramatically think.
Dramatically think? You said you like to dramatically think?
Because I'm doing it right now. Or at this point, I'm just kind of stalling. I like how this guy's name is designed. Jaffe? Jaffe?
The one with the
that one, the one with the finish line.
Yeah, okay. The finish line. Can we get the cat profile picture guy up here? Hello. There you are.
Hello.
How are you doing? You having a good evening?
Yeah, I just got off work.
Sweet. You got that bag. I'm glad to hear it. Hey, how much you make an hour?
Whoa! You don't have to answer that.
That's not part of the quiz. That is not part of the quiz.
If you tell us and divvy up your paycheck into thirds, you will give you the credits.
I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan of y'all work, and I'm also a huge fan of General Heed here in the chat. And I'm ready to answer these questions.
Oh, awesome. Okay, he's ready. Okay.
He's ready.
I'm just gonna try. I'm not playing 5 years.
Hey, dude, I straight up believe in you. I genuinely, there's just undoubtedly, I believe in you wholeheartedly.
He almost had one question answered right off the bat.
It's true.
So that's not a cat. That's a Shadow Heartless from Kingdom Hearts. I'm also a huge Halo Kingdom Hearts fan.
That is a Kingdom Hearts character. You're right. Sorry, I'm like the screen's all the way back here. Like I can't see very well. But hey.
Also, before we start, I have a genuine question.
Okay.
So y'all played Halo Reach before, right?
No, I don't know what that game is.
So,
Sounds like a reach for me.
So this absolutely drives me crazy as both a Kingdom Hearts and Halo fan. So tell me about there's a percussion in a song in Kingdom Hearts 2 that has the same exact percussion as the song in Halo Reach.
Proof it. That's funny. I know what he's talking about. I think.
I don't.
There's a song called Sacred Moon in Kingdom Hearts that has the same exact percussion as like the Halo Reach like main menu.
When did KH2 drop?
I don't remember. I think it was like 2006, 2003.
Okay, then then it's just an absolute coincidence. All right. Well, with that answered, was that a valid answer? Is that good enough?
I mean, yeah. I thought it was kind of weird because I'm like, how come no one's ever told me? I was shocked about that myself. I didn't make that bridge. I really didn't. I have to listen to that later to reconfirm it. I was thrown off guard whenever I heard ODST have a Halo Reach drum beat in it at first, but then I realized they were being made hand in hand at the same exact time. So it wasn't actually all that shocking. But anyway, let's get this thing started. You have 10 questions. You can get 2 of them wrong. Get a third one, you get off my property. You have a Connor Lifeline trademark that you will be allowed to use at any time for any of these questions once to get the question answered, and he will get it right.
Allegedly.
There have been those times where there are 3 options and he gets both of the wrong ones, which is statistically very unlikely, but there we are. So you have that on the board. If you get a question right, you get... And if you get a question wrong, you hear a very disappointed Jeff Steitzer.
Social credit deducted.
So.
Oh man, I love my non-existent social credit.
Are you ready to begin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. Question 1. Halo 5's story extends beyond its own campaign into Halo CE Anniversaries, Halo 2 Anniversaries, or Halo Infinites.
I want to say Halo 2 Anniversary.
We're off to a great start.
All right.
Question 2. Spartan Vale's character niche is that she's a xenoanthropologist specializing in Sangheili culture, Sanshium culture, or Drillhane culture.
Sangheili culture?
This guy's on the ball.
I like this guy so far.
I'm a big fan. I've yet to have someone that has the sheer aura of the very first quiz show guest we've ever had, where I was getting my questions interrupted every time.
I apologize. That's not my ADHD.
No, you're fine. I want this to happen again.
I want this.
Okay, next, question 3. Halo 5 was the first and last time this controversial game mode made an appearance in matchmaking. Is it Ricochet, Warzone, or Super Fiesta?
Warzone?
So quick with it. This one. That's correct.
Controversial is very right.
Yes. Even though it basically is just PTSD for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go back to Halo 5 and get max rank.
This might sound like, I know that like a lot of people, like a lot of my friends get mad at me for saying this, but is it weird that I prefer ODST's Firefight over Halo Regions?
Hell no. That's my opinion. I love ODST. ODST is my favorite Halo game, has my favorite Firefight experience, and it's made better. Do you play MCC on PC or no?
Yes, and I play with mods.
Okay,
so I said I'm a huge fan of Generate's work.
So you have played Ultimate Firefight?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
And also, I just love the idea that the Flood, they have their own Firefight game.
It's so.
I don't know. Like when I was a kid, I always wish they had that back in like the old Bungie days, but they just never implemented
it. It was insane to have that happen. You and I had the same exact experience. That was wild. Okay.
Yeah.
Question 4. Halo 5 was the first game to respond to return to the original design requests by bringing back OG Halo themes in its soundtrack, updating its art style to blend 343 and Bungie era designs, or, trick question, it didn't actually change anything from Halo 4.
They didn't change anything.
They added original things. Yes, they added original soundtrack.
They
not just that. I'm talking about the soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
Because the Halo theme is right there, smack front and center on the main menu.
Sure is.
I mean, in Halo 4, they actually did have one of the original Halo soundtracks. I can't remember which one it was.
I mean, it was hidden at the very. It was. You're talking about Never Forget. That had its. Yeah. It had its own version in Halo 4, but that wasn't even. I don't even think it was in the actual campaign. Are you good?
No, it definitely wasn't. I found out about it when I was
Files when I was bored.
It was in the credits, yeah.
Like, wait a minute, what is this song doing in Halo 4? Like,
yeah.
I was like generally questioning.
All right.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was nothing really changed because I played Halo 5 like a couple years ago, so like I don't remember much of it.
Well, you got your first question wrong. You're now on the chopping block. You only got one more, and if you get that last one, it's almost over for you. Okay, so let's keep this going. Question 5. One of the most popular set pieces for Halo 5's campaign is on Sanghelios, particularly the city of Sunkist, Beacon Keep, or Sunayon.
I'm gonna say Sunayon.
I'm so glad you didn't say Sunkist. I know that took a lot of restraint.
Oh no, I wasn't even thinking Sunkist. I was thinking Sunayon.
Let's see. Should have just rolled with me. That would have been really funny. All right. Question 6. Halo 5 had an Easter egg that was hidden for years until it was recently discovered with the help of a developer. This Easter egg was a Mario Kart Easter egg, a Sonic Easter egg, or a Mega Man Easter egg.
I feel like it was a Mega Man Easter egg.
Social credit deducted.
It was, in fact, a Mario Kart Easter egg.
I believe how long it took.
That was like the only one I probably knew so far.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate one, but it was very fun. So definitely go find out about that. It's a really good Easter egg. But yes, I wish there was a Mega Man Easter egg. I have.
I'm a Mega Man fan too, and I wish that game would come back.
Mega Man will always be in our hearts, but I just want to find one day just like walking around and boom, there's a Mega Man blaster that you can pick up or something hidden in a corner.
Or like a butterfly cannon that functions like a Mega Man blaster.
Yes, I would love that. All right, question 7. The Warden, Eternal, and the Didact share this common trait. They both had little to no buildup. They both had their stories expanded upon in books, or they both had their stories end in a book.
Both had their stories end in a book.
All 3 of those answers were correct.
I was gonna say, I was sitting there like, hello. I'm so confused.
The last book I read about with the Didact, I think it was like Epitaph or something.
Yep, good one. It's a good book, real good book. But yeah, all those answers would have been correct no matter which one you said. So congratulations. All right, question 8. In one of the most unique encounters in any Halo campaign, you get to run down the side of a starship, a guardian, or a building.
Guardian.
It's the most memorable part of that entire campaign. No surprise.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember about Halo 5 was when that. That's the only thing I remember about it. Just sad.
All right, you've got 2 questions left, and you still have your Connor lifeline. So 2 questions left. No wrong answers allowed, by the way. You get one more wrong, it's over for you. It's over for you. Okay?
Yep.
All right. Question 9. Halo 5's story is continued in the following novel: Halo New Blood, Halo Bad Blood, or Halo Good Blood.
Halo Good Blood.
Can you run back the answers again?
Sure. Halo New Blood, Halo Bad Blood, or Halo Good Blood.
Is it Halo New Blood?
That's a good one. That's so funny. A real answer this time. Come on, man. Don't play around with me.
Halo Bad Blood.
See, I knew he knew it.
Good joke.
Yeah,
we love jokes. That was a good one.
Jokes.
That was a knee slap. Hold on. That was a knee slap.
Yeah,
We need a knee slapper button.
I totally didn't get the same answer as he did.
Okay, 1 question left on the board.
Use your Connor lifeline. Use your Connor lifeline. Use your Connor lifeline.
Nightmare. A lot of shit over there in throwing range.
All right, question 10.
Because my anxiety was fighting.
Question 10 and final question. The role of the Halo 5 developer. The name of the Halo 5 developer we had join us on the show today was named Matt Hull, Eric Dyes, or Eric Ferdinand.
Ask because I was not here earlier, so I was not.
Connor, the lifeline has been called upon. You are called to serve. Are you prepared?
Yeah.
Okay. The name of the Halo 5 developer we had join us on the show today that you were on the entire time and also are expected to be here every week paying attention to.
If you don't get this right, can you release him?
I could.
Actually, I could leave.
Was it Matt Hull, Eric Dyes, or Eric Ferdinand?
Eric dies.
He does.
No.
Sorry, he died. He dies in this story.
Is he still in the audience?
Nah, he left a while ago. But hey,
I did not know that one because I was not.
No, it's a good use of the lifeline.
That was probably the best use of the lifeline that I've seen.
I thought you were going to use your lifeline on Connor for the book.
No, if it would have came to a book, I would have been cooked.
All right. Well, that means, my friend, you just got yourself 1K Halo Infinite credits going into your Discord DMs tonight. What do you expect to be using it on?
Honestly, can I actually give it to a friend?
I mean, if you can do whatever you want with the damn code. I don't care. Like you can send it off to anybody you want. I don't track it. I just send you a bunch of numbers and letters and then let you have fun.
All right, I'm actually gonna give that to her because she's sick right now and she's also a huge Halo fan, so I'm gonna give that to her.
Fantastic. That's so sweet of you. Will you let us know what she gets with it?
I think I don't know if she's available right now, but yeah, I'll probably like. If she gets better.
Sick. All right. Well, hey, you're a very nice individual. I'm glad that we're benefiting someone that's near and close to your heart. But with that being said, you are being given your winner role. So stay tuned for when we call upon you again to serve for your gigantic Halo quiz competition that will have the finals for a big old prize. And congratulations on your victory.
Yeah, I don't really care for the word. I just like talking about like more stuff.
Well, you're being called upon anyway because we need to have 10 contestants, okay?
Okay. What time is this at? Because I get off around like 6.
Bro, I don't know yet. We don't have the contestants yet.
Oh, okay.
So how many do we have so far?
Like 7 or 8.
Okay.
Anyway, you are free to be released, Keith, if you would like to send him back, and then we're going to be getting on to the Patreon names as we often always do. Oh, I'm still reeling. We have so many notifications on Twitter right now. I'm choosing not to look until we're done today because I'm just trying to stay focused on enjoying what I've got. All right. You have a nice night too, man. Congratulations on your win. All right. Let's see about this. So, Patreon names. We are talking. Sorry, it's resetting on me every time that I try to pull this thing up. You summoned $1,000 calendar man with the announcement. Hey, that is true. Doc Smurf here is the guy who donated $1,000 to the calendar project. Hey, buddy, where'd the calendar go? You had it.
No, I give it to Connor.
You gave it to Connor. Connor, you have it.
I've had it over here sitting on display.
That is awesome. Hey, we have it. We're going to be looking through it after we read the Patreon names. So stick around because your stuff is in here. Anyway, we're keeping that here for now. But yeah, huge fan of this guy right here. Love him. 9 people with the one more winner remaining. Jeez. Okay, here we go. We have our Patreon names. Thank you again to all of our Patreon supporters. You guys have been massive in making this all a reality for us. Everything that we've been doing with the Halo Community Corner and everything that we're doing with the Halo Community Calendar and all the stuff that we do around the community, making this possible for so many different creatives, being as open as we possibly can about giving those opportunities, all comes back to you guys. You guys are massive in making this happen. Nothing that you guys give us is kept. Every single penny is spent on making sure that people can be creative forever until probably the business shuts down or one of us dies. But, we're not there yet. So let's get things kicked off with our top supporters at Shane's Flaming Gas Cap.
That was fast.
That was too quick.
That was too quick.
That was good.
That's insane. Scion Esports, Dark Solid 42, Dick Hammer Bushmaxing.
Yeah.
Ounds of Meath is watching you. The Library, but Shane plays with Connor's bag this time.
What? The amount of context needed for that.
Yes, so much context because Connor had to touch all the pockets last time. Remember, before you ever got the bag.
Your shoulder bag.
I didn't even get it.
The shoulder bag.
Connor feels Shane's pocket.
But I don't like this trend. I think this is the first time that these have been directed towards me, and I don't like it.
There's been so many this
I don't
time.
think I've ever had it. A good chunk of these haven't been directed to me.
Noah will let anyone got any ibuprofen, have a headache, cat. Spartan Buko, June 56, Cool Blaze, Sergeant Forge's Chipotle shotgun. Okay. Can't use real username because I subbed to Smut. Connor Clark, Thomas Lane, Jacob Adlam, Dylan, Lactating Milk MT, The Lactation of Mercy. My name is Connor, spelled Kawwner. Connor. John Dowsett, Tristan H. What the ladies like. Jakes O'Malley, Sky Cairo, The Big Moose demands justice for Betty. Slapnuts, my name is Austin. Random Speed, I actually did. Shade Communications, Durandal, stay hydrated out there, folks. Drink water. The Uneven Elephant, Lone Blaziken. Hey, Connor, can I also get a yeah, please?
Yeah.
Feeling all the pockets before Shane does. Super Frozen Yogurt Dispenser. Rocky Mountain Ungoisters. Oh gosh. Unreal Canadian, The Moist Grunt, Damien Groth, T Dizzle, Aussie ODST, who has 2 thumbs and is going to HCS. This guy, Vermin, Pity 104, 1 week, baby, let's go. Shopify Rebellion, SSG can kiss my once magnificent rump. What happened to it?
That rump, that is not rump American.
Backside, he's in the most what's considered the most Americanized state. It's right. He's from Texas.
Who from America uses the word rump? No, you don't.
I do. I just not around you.
Probably for good reason.
Hey, get in. Let's go warding in my warthog. Endurance of the Stoic. Loading next list. Ethan Chaplin Strife. HCS 2025. So much for a dead game, you filthy casuals. Zelda Lactation, Tikavada, my girl dad Sam, Raccoon Combat Form, Master Chief got lost in Walmart and wants his mommy. He's in the middle of the free. Brain Rot, Drunk Sovari, I'm huffing the ongoing methane tanks. Huragok Rossum, would you like yodeling pickles? Kiri, James is proud saying Healy father-in-law is Kari. Again? I thought I already said, no, I didn't. Matt Jeremy, Claude Spark 5970. I have to make sure that I'm actually reading all of these names because there's so freaking many of them and I need to make sure I'm not reading the ones that are absolutely for free. Oh gosh, there's so many super long ones. Oh gosh,
you have to read them.
I'm
trying part of the contract.
It is, and I'm going to. I'm going to quote that one moment. What was the one from before? He's in the middle of the freezer section crying. Please help this sad man. That's what it was. Okay. Let's see, where were we at? Spartan Alex 30, Dang Old Muskrat, Schnoogans the Redacted, Boomerang, Apple, Hey Austin, Insane Range Bait, wait, no, please no, Fish Dough, can't read that one yet, Apple Juice 01, Connor establishing dominance over Shane's pockets. PFC Dustin Echoes, sir, my tummy hurt. I had Taco Bell's limited time only Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Taco Supreme.
I feel you.
It's a good stuff though. I kissed a Kigyar and I liked it. Pasta Rocket Mechanic, Ryan Hansen, Austin, check all those Twitter notifications. Okay, y'all are really fast on this. Infinity Class, Milk Carrier, Lactational Sensation, Narrow Nomad, Dragon Fire, that one guy, Artas Vadum, Discounted Dental Care, T-Pass Party 79, Connor Martins, Danimal, and last but never least, Warm Apple Swan. Thank you guys so much for your support. You have made all of this possible.
Are there 2 people?
You have 30 likes and 17 reposts.
That was fast. It's probably going to keep on going.
With 5 comments.
Are there 2 people in there? Just Connor last name in there? Connor Clark and Connor Martin?
Yeah. You're gathering them.
Every time I hear a Connor or it's their last name, I'm thinking it's like a sentence to some whatever stuff they're about to say.
But yes, my friends, there's going to be more updates coming very soon in regards to all this stuff that's happening with the community corner. So please stay tuned with our socials. Stay up to date on Chatternet Daily Halo Radio as well, because we're going to be making sure that updates about that are squeezed into the episodes. So be sure to keep posted on all that stuff. But for now, before we get on to the questions, we've got this. Here's the mail and never fails. It makes me want. I'm going to open this up and wag my tail. When it comes, I want a whale. There's 200 of these, and they are taking up a massive portion of my living room.
Yeah, I kind of want to see them before I leave.
Yep. This is going to be mine, so no one's getting this one. Every single one of them has a nice cardboard divider to make sure that every page is maintained in its perfect quality. Now, you'd be surprised how much those cardboard dividers are. Now, we've got this on the front, right? We got this this is an excellent piece of art from our friend Chunch. Chunch, you are fantastic. Thank you for your work. On the back, you'll see what Chief is seeing from his perspective, along with all the art pieces that you'll be seeing, and some QR codes that'll take you to some of the places that have people that contributed to this thing, like Creed Design and Aaron Fung and all that. So totally keep your eyes open for that. Now let's take a look at this thing inside, shall we? Oh my gosh, January, made by NS really Clark. Look at how pretty that is. It's so nice, man. It is so pretty.
See, the colors really come out on that one.
What happens in January?
There's some Forerunner stuff in here because this is a Forerunner themed calendar. So there's a lot of Forerunner related dates stuffed in here.
Happy birthday, Dust Storm.
Happy birthday, Dust Storm. Yes. Yeah. There is so many. There are secrets in here. There are multiple. And you're going to want to make sure you check all of them. These QR codes will take you to each artist's Soma's assembly page on JumperScape and their interview that they had. But each one of these pages comes with a little, you can't see it very well, but there's these little messages at the beginning of pretty much every single month.
That picture at the top is so cool.
Yes, this is from Terminator. The theme behind these art pieces is the eras of Halo's art style.
You looking for your birthday?
Yeah.
NS Clark was up here. He was the 2D artist, and he did a Halo Combat Evolved piece. Then Terminator 3D does Halo 2 in 3D. Then when we go to March, we have Ryder Tost working on this excellent ODST piece. This is I love his style so much. It is so much fun seeing the diagram look on it. Then we have April coming in with B does stuff. Keep on freaking, I almost said BB12. B does stuff doing Halo Legends with all sorts of little characters from that little series that happened. With all of their art styles. Little Arbiter here is made out of watercolor, for example. So this is an excellent piece. Then
it looks so crisp,
right? Then we go into honestly, I gotta say my personal favorite. We go into May with Uriel Ortega
all units
bringing Halo Wars to the front, and oh my goodness, it is beautiful. Sergeant Forge deserves to be in the center more often. Then we go into the month of June. And of course, June means Halo Reach. So Hartwell Design, who made this piece first, very quickly. This is a beautiful piece of all of Noble Team.
I was looking for James's birthday.
Yep, he's in there. All of you guys are in there.
I was just looking.
Excellent piece there. Forge is down. Forge is back up. Forge is down.
All units.
Then we have Halo 4 being represented by Jack Draws, this beautiful piece right here. And then we have Goose bringing a mixture of his recent Dune obsession with a Arbiter thing. So he's got Arbiter on Sanghelios rallying the people of Sanghelios, like Dune, where Mr. Man, Paul Atreides rallies the people. Then we've got Halo 4 again with Jafet Meza bringing in the Didact. Quote, I've been wanting to draw a Didact for a long time and I had no excuse to do so. Thank you. And then we enter into the month that it currently is right now with Faber, otherwise known as Reclaimer, making an excellent Guardian piece over the Earth with a nice Reclaimer symbol down there.
My birthday.
It is a beautiful piece. And indeed, your birthday is in fact here, right there, right there. Happy birthday, Shane, host of the Library Halo Lorecast. And then we move into November. This piece is insane. Shout out to the Count of S for Halo Wars 2. Yeah. Lots of details to be found in this one. I would highly recommend you go and try to find the original piece. It will be the original pieces, just like we're doing this year, will be released officially next year. But he did post this on his account, so please go find it if you want this as like a wallpaper. It's available right now.
So I think that was my favorite so far.
Yep. And then this is my current phone wallpaper. Has been for a while. December, coming in from 2204 Design. This excellent, almost movie poster-esque design of Halo Infinite. It is
utterly gorgeous. So fantastic.
All these could be like movie cover posters.
They could be. And then there's a nice little thank you page done by Cree Design, who is doing all the designs for HCS's badges and some of their merch and all of that. The thank you page reads as follows. The success that we experienced this year was absolutely unexpected. Asking for 3 times the previous year's budget was a scary move from our team that we knew would make or break this annual calendar project. Your help, your ownership of this calendar is a testament to what we've been able to accomplish together as a community, our team, the artists, your support. Make your 2026 even better with ChatterNet Daily Halo Radio. Anywhere you get your podcast, check out our site to find more ways to connect and enjoy latest from JumperScape. Thank you, all of you, for making this a massive success. See you next time, folks. With all of the top backers that supported this project and all of the Soma's Assembly members that are currently in existence as of this calendar's production. And that's it. But I would highly recommend, for those of you who are here, I'm going to give you a special little tidbit. You see these symbols right here? These little like random pixels that are right next to the really ornate designs. Pay attention to those. Do something with them. Figure out what they mean. There's something about them, and you don't want to miss that. Very special stuff involved here. That being said, thank you so much for your support. Everything that has happened today has been just fantastic, and I could not be more thankful. But now, to wrap everything all up, it is Q&A time. Connor, we've been talking for a long time. Please pick a low number. Lower than normal, not like 2. 6. Okay, we'll do 6. All right.
I was so afraid.
So, here we go.
Continues.
First question comes from Master Beef, asking, if you had to choose one book from the Halo universe to develop into a fully produced audio drama /book, audiobook, got it. I was about like /book. I was like, what? Audiobook, get it. With all of the voice actors at your disposal, which one would it be?
Probably Epitaph.
You would want that makes sense. Keith Sarabika already made that insane, so that's true.
I know the Didact intrigues me. So.
Yes, the Didact.
Or Shadows of Reach.
You saw the Didact, and he ran away. What about you, Connor?
Probably Epitaph. Although I'm going to choose the most out-of-pocket voice actors.
Genuinely, First Strike. It would have to be First Strike. There are so many elements to that would be hard to express in audio, but if I had unlimited budget to do whatever I want, I guarantee you we can make magic happen, dude. I guarantee you. Next, Nightmare98 asks, have you guys checked out the Castle Crashers DLC on the Steam? People have some really awesome Halo characters for it.
I have not.
Yeah. Did you know that it got a DLC?
No.
Recently.
No.
Like it got one. It got basically a remaster.
Did not know that.
Yeah. The same download. It got a massive update.
No, I had no idea.
So you're going to own it now, right?
Probably not.
Never played.
Why?
I might.
It's so good.
I'll try it.
You played it when you were a kid.
Here and there.
Bro, I remember coming over and watching you and your brother play that.
I got roped into it. I didn't really care for it that much. I really didn't.
It's so good though.
It's all right.
Never played.
You and I would love it. We don't need
stimulate Connor's brain.
Isn't that like a Newgrounds type game?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It was made by Double Fine way back in the day.
I probably would like it. Was he the guy in charge of the Alien game? You know what I'm talking about?
Newgrounds. Not the Alien Hominid?
Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the same one.
Okay.
He also did Battle Block Theater.
Okay.
Anyway, next, Zebulon Pumpkinfield, that's funny, asks, what's your favorite classic Modern Warfare 2 mission? Personally, it's the DC missions of their own accord, Second Son and Whiskey Hotel. I don't know any of the names of these missions, but my favorite by far has always been just I'm standard. The one that you're in the snow and you're on a snowmobile.
Oh, that is a good one.
It's a conglomeration of a lot of things that I like about Call of Duty all in one mission, stealth, and then a massive combat sequence. It's just perfect.
What was the question again?
Favorite Modern Warfare 2 mission?
I wanted to say it.
I'm not gonna.
But there's only 2 missions. There's like very few missions I remember from that game.
How?
I've barely played that one.
Probably Wolverines or New Dawn.
It's a new dawn.
That's the one where the EMP goes off. I think it's called New Dawn.
It's a new day.
I could be wrong.
I'll say it.
It's a new life.
Only because I like the ending. The ending is really thought-provoking.
And you need that.
Not really.
Free of thought.
I do think sometimes. Guys. Come on.
Every now and then. It's just we have to automatically assume that at any given time you stop.
It's a much peaceful life.
I can agree and understand. Next question comes from Daniel asking, when is James coming back? It's looking less and less likely by the month.
I do have a bit of an update.
What do you got?
He intends on it. There's not a lot of full-time, like year-round positions at Cedar Point.
He told me he was trying to find work up where he is right now.
He is, and he has. He's doing HR at Kalahari.
So then what is he?
But next year, he's likely not going to go back to Cedar Point.
Gotcha. So we'll see him next summer.
Or I don't know. It's either he's going to just come back after, or he's going to go back to Cedar Point for next summer as well, then come back. I don't know fully, but that's what I do know. I just know that there's not a lot of full-time it's a lot of it's seasonal, and it's more or less he's going to be using Cedar Point for experience and then trying to come back and find something a little bit more full-time.
Yeah.
Ask him. I don't know. That's pretty much what I know. I talked to him recently.
You can ping him. He does reply.
You can. You can. But we and him were playing MW2 the other night, funny enough, and I asked him if he ever intends on it.
Did he get that nuke?
Huh?
No.
Did I or did he?
Did he? He said he was gonna.
No,
he said he was going to.
No. Sorry,
you?
James. No, I came close.
Oh.
I'm rusty. I got noob tubed one too many times and I gave up.
This guy used to get nukes like every other game.
Sure did.
Next question comes from, I think it's Arzin Okami, is it? Azrino Okami. Got it. Azrino Okami. Azrino Okami. That's what it is. Freaking, what's your favorite armor in a Halo? Mine personally is the Mark IV. That's a very... That is understandable as an answer. Completely understand.
I also enjoy Mark IV.
That's Halo Wars 1 armor right there. Halo Wars 1, Halo Wars 2.
My armor set from Infinite.
What? Okay.
The brute armor set that
he uses Mark 7.
Mark 7. Okay.
Mark 7's probably a runner-up. I like Mark 7.
Gen 3 Mark 7 is pretty solid.
I really like Mark 7 as well, but I like Mark 4.
I have always been a sucker for SPI. I cannot get over it. Mirage, dude. Have you seen my armor?
I've seen. Yeah,
it's so smooth and nice. I don't want to always look bulky, but SPI can look bulky. That's why I like it so much. You cannot make Mark IV look anything other than bulky. 2 more questions to go. Turbo Furby asks, what are your thoughts on the big reveal at the end of the newest Waypoint Chronicle, Ghosts in Glass? You talking about the one with Naomi? I don't know if that was really a reveal. That was more of just, hi, Naomi. It was just another one of those things that's like, oh, cool, another mystery has been solved. It's just part of the whole thing that I said before of like, yay, all of our stories are being wrapped up. I know that means that we're resetting the franchise basically because we're running out of stories to update or end. We won't count that one. Mr. Horace Heresy asks, do you think the SPI armor that Veda Lopez of the Ferrets had should come back? She kind of held up against Caster. Given that Caster is probably the strongest brute that has been and ever will be. Yeah, probably. We won't count that one either. Sorry. Slapnuts asks, if Brock Lesnar were to appear in front of the 4 of you guys and you had to fight him the death, what would your guys' strategy be to take him down?
Fight as dirty as I possibly can. Otherwise, we're getting broke.
We're losing.
We're getting Brock.
Brock Lesnar.
We are going to be fighting extremely dirty.
My strategy would be...
I like Spooky Fat Man's concept. Use a gun.
We don't have one present at the moment.
I mean, like
that would imply we'd have to get past him standing right there.
Do we have prep time?
If we have prep time, definitely getting a gun.
Win.
No.
Horse tranquilizer.
We're not.
Horse tranquilizer.
If we have a gun, yes, we are winning.
Wait, if we have a gun.
But exactly.
Yeah, I have a gun. Punk. I have a gun. Yeah, you're going to win.
It wasn't really my idea. I don't know why you're getting mad at me.
I don't know. You're the one who said it.
Connor,
it wasn't me.
Connor, can we send you in first?
Sure.
Just to meet your idol before he kills you.
I think just charging into Brock Lesnar first in the battle, that just sounds like an honor.
Just walk up, what up?
I know I'm losing.
Hello, sir. It's an honor. Just
No,
pops your arm like dryling weenie.
No, we're losing. Like he was in the UFC, did decent, and then he does what he does.
He did better than decent.
He did really
He's
good.
one of the. He was a heavyweight champion.
Yeah, decent.
What do you mean by that?
What are your accolades? Where's your heavyweight title in UFC?
I'm more like, what's your definition
high.
of like not decent in UFC?
Dave's decent.
CM Punk.
He's saying things. Coyote asks, finally, Assassins or Templars?
Assassins.
Templars.
Hatham is cool though.
Assassins. Who's your favorite character from your chosen faction? Okay, well, you already said Hatham, but you didn't pick Assassin or Templars. You picked Assassins.
I like.
I just like
Connor. Obviously, I'm gonna have to take Connor. Not you.
Take me.
schmuck.
No, I gotta stop.
The pockets.
I gotta remember where I'm at.
All right, so
I'm gonna throw up.
So Connor, your favorite character in the Templars?
I just think Templars are cool in general.
What do you have you played the games?
What games are we talking about?
Assassin's Creed.
I played the one where it was they faced off against the British. That was probably the one I played against the most.
So Hatham Kenway.
I didn't say I liked them.
Charles Lee.
Where is Charles Lee? Right there. My answer, Arno Dorian. I've always loved Arno. He has some of the slickest moves in any of the trailers, and he also has one of the most brutal assassinations that I've ever seen when he slowly slides his knife, his hidden blade, into that dude's neck. Slowly.
Identity so much.
Yeah, but Unity is still awesome and great and really good and my favorite. Have you even played Mirage?
I haven't played like the last 5 games.
Okay, so then you don't know anything.
No.
Mirage is really
I
good.
started like 3 months ago. I started playing I told myself I was going to play all of the Assassin's Creed games. I got like a quarter of the way through the first one, and it was so good. And I just Helldivers.
Is it just a Mirage?
I'm gonna go back to it. I'm gonna play through all the games again. I might skip a few of them.
I've got to max out my constitution. I'm almost done.
Good for you.
Is it just a Mirage?
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. Stick around here in the live if you want to tune into the illegal broadcast, followed by a little bit more of what I was talking about earlier of what happened during the show that I couldn't talk about when we get down to terminals. And terminals will be coming back. Our whole like uploading uncut episodes, I'm going to be getting rid of that. It's just meh. Terminals deserves to come back and get its spotlight again. So if you're a supporter on Patreon, you'll get your terminals episodes and you'll know what happened. But stick around otherwise for that. And thank you guys so much for tuning in and being part of one of the most historic moments in this family's history. Thank you so much for that.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.